Is Tomaž.
Hi, I'm Tomaž, and I will present you about the document themes. So what are the document themes first? Document themes are just a way to make redesign the document on the fly with the different colors and fonts, and it's a really nice way to just change to a different style of the document, with some predefined themes, and just change the design to what you like or not. Yeah. So here you can see there's a writer document already implemented that has that is possible to change the colors of the document on the fly with changing the theme itself. So this is already from a working instance of writer. So first, I like to say what is inside the document themes. So we have the first the theme colors. I will talk more about them later, but there is two other parts. These are the theme fonts and the theme formatting scheme. For fonts, you can say what is the major or the minor font for the document. This is for major is mostly for the headings, and minor is like for the body text. And so you can define which font should be used by the team for the Latin, CJK, and the complex scripts. And there is also a way you can also define it for specific language, if you wish to do so. Then there is this formatting scheme. This is very similar to we already use in LibreOffice the shapes, the style of shapes, but there is a way you can define what is the line properties or fill properties or background fill properties of a shape, and which effects it should have for a specific theme. So then theme colors, you have the choice, you can define what is the dark color or light color, which is you have choice for 1 and 2, so two different colors for this. Usually you want dark color for text and light color for the background, but yeah, if you change for the dark theme, for example, you can also invert this if you want, for example, your slides to have the dark background and then light color. Yeah. This is why it's not specified like text and background, but dark and light. And then you have different accent colors from 1 to 6, and hyperlink color and follow hyperlink color. I'm not sure why exactly this is defined here, but it is. Now, in addition, you can change the color by itself when you are using it in text by color transformations. And so if you select one accent color 1, you can additionally change the colors with a transformation, and there are a lot of transformations that can be applied. I think 28, I counted 28 of them, but they are more, let's say, duplicated. For example, you can say, no, you don't use just this color, but transform it red color to another value. which is not really used a lot inside Microsoft Office. What is mostly used is like this tint and shade color and luminance modulation. This is and luminance offset, same as saturation modulation, saturation offset. Like luminance modulation and offset is a little bit complicated. I didn't go into details how this is changed, but there is inside specification how you can calculate the modification of luminance and offset. But it's luminance is very similar to the tint and shade. So inside OXML, sometimes tint and shades are used, sometimes luminance modulation and luminance offsets are used. So it's quite, I don't know why Microsoft Office uses it like this, but it's like complicated. I think that in Impress we use luminance modulation, but in Writer we use mostly tints and shades. Okay, so my task here was to add this team support for Writer and Calc, and there was already previous work done about this, and I was already starting this, prototyping this in 2015. I even had a LibreOffice conference talk about it 8 years ago. And since then, what only Miklos did is started to implementing this for Impress, but he didn't have a lot of time. He had to do it very quickly and didn't skip a lot of groundwork, and so now I'm implementing this properly. So what's the groundwork? First, of course, OXML import and export. We had this previously done with the grabbacks, and which mostly transported the theme information from import to export so that it preserved the theme, but we didn't do anything with it inside the documents. So the problem with this is that now we have to support the whole themes inside LibreOffice. So inside the document model, we have to remember everything if you want to use this. First task is that we would support colors, but for this we cannot just choose colors without ignoring the other themes. I modified the import so that it doesn't use grabback directly, and it fills the document model. Export I've written from scratch, and now I can just discard the grabback, which is not yet done, but will be. So, as I said, we need a document model for the themes. We need some collection or some framework that we can manage the themes. We have predefined themes, but it should be user expandable, so the user can add its own themes if he wants to. And we have a way how to change the color properties of a theme. The next is refactoring inside the UNO. So for every color property that we have to add a new property color theme. So for this, I implemented an X-theme color interface on UNO. And there is a class UNO theme color that just wraps a theme color class that contains every color types and all the transformations. So in Writer, what is needed in Writer? So in Writer we have one SDR page for the whole document, and we store the theme inside this SDR page. In Writer, of course, Writer model has each own pages, but we only have one page that is used for shapes, and we store the theme there. So when we user changes the theme, we now have to traverse the document model and search where the colors are used and change them according to the theme change. And of course, we have to, on the fly, calculate a new color and take into account which color it is and what the transformations are. So on the UI side, we have, this was already old code. We have this sidebar. What I added is, so that it's more natural, also the dialogue. And this is mostly just, you can change the theme. You cannot yet change what the colors of the themes are or any other properties. So again, this is the theme dialogue. And of course, if you want to check, if you want to define your theme colors, you have to change. You have to use this theme color picker, which is like this old color picker. And you have to select these theme colors, and you can then select which theme color it will apply. Just inside similar like Microsoft Office, where this is used almost by default. So what's still to do here is, next is to finish this import-export for the themes, and then add support for the Calc. And then, of course, change more UNO object model that it also uses theme colors, not just as previous color. One thing is also like inside gradients, it's possible to define the theme colors, which is currently still not supported. So this is all from me. Thank you.